What's up, guys? Welcome back. This time, your boy again, Adam's Link. How you guys doing? Welcome to another crazy video. Good morning, afternoon, evening, depending on where you are watching this video from. You guys know most definitely Adam's Link must jump on this discussion, and I hope the title of this video is very much okay with you guys. If it's not okay, kindly leave your comment below. I wrote Burna Boy insults Wizkid again. That's what I wrote, and I hope the title is very much okay with you guys, because that's what it is, guys. Why did Burna Boy decided to mention Wizkid's name? Why is it that Burna Boy will laugh with Wizkid this minute, and the next few seconds, few days later, this guy will be insulting Wizkid, mentioning Wizkid's name? Why? Wizkid is very much cool with Burna Boy. Burna Boy is cool with Wizkid, but the way we are saying it, Burna Boy is not cool with Wizkid. But Wizkid act as if he's cool with Burna Boy, but Burna Boy is not cool with Wizkid, because I don't see how you're going to mention Wizkid's name on a tweet. On a tweet, just full with your full chest, you mention a name. That's to tell you that nothing there, forget Wizkid. Now be Wizkid. Well, in case you guys don't know the reason why I'm ranting, well, this is what is going on. One Nigeria renowned, well-respected writer, that is Wole Soyinka, did an interview recently, and he talked about Nigeria history. The video I'm going to play later, he talked about Nigeria history, and why Burna Boy was responding to the video, he wrote, he said, whether you know it or not, all our suffering stems from our miseducation. We do not know who we truly are or the strength we truly have. I said this same thing a while ago, but Wizkid delusional Twitter FC said I was lying. Maybe if your true history was taught in your schools, Wizkid would have a smarter Twitter FC instead of idiot like this. Remu, stop deleting my tweets. Remu is Burna Boy media aid, and I know he's trying to do a lot of control damage now, damage control, trying to delete tweets of Burna Boy calling out Wizkid. But the fact is that, why mentioning Wizkid's name? Why not just simply say this delusional fan or this delusional Nigerian? Why mentioning Wizkid's name? That man, that boy, or someone that said that what you said was bad or wasn't right, that person is a Nigerian first before becoming a Wizkid fan or anybody's fan. It's a Nigerian first. So why not say this delusional Nigerian? That is much more better. Now, mentioning Wizkid's name has already defeated the main point Burna Boy was trying to pass, because people now will not start looking or trying to get what Wole Soyinka was trying to say, and also relating it with what the Burna Boy is trying to say, because of a mention Wizkid's name. Why diverting people's attention from the main thing by mentioning Wizkid's name? What has Wizkid done? I believe Wizkid don't even too much care about if you get any fan base or not. He just cares about music. Why do people keep mentioning his name? However, guys, I think before we even move further, let me just play you the video coming from Wole Soyinka.
One of the biggest security threats you can launch against any people, either internally or internally. So that's also a way of knowing history, but disowning history, because you only take a small portion, you disown the rest of it. It doesn't exist. Again, if I may cite Putin, the same way Putin Putin saying to the Ukrainians, you are once part of us. We have a right to continue to dominate you anytime and to take you back anytime we want. What kind of human beings will accept that? Ukrainians are proving themselves one of the most courageous people at the moment. But it's interesting that you should raise the issue of history, because I would like to use every opportunity to ask, who was it that actually terminated the teaching of history in schools? Do you know that many of us didn't know for a long time that history was no longer being taught in schools? It was only a casual statement by Fashola at one time, I remember. I had to phone him. I said, wait a minute. I heard you said something the other day. Are you sure you have your facts right? He said, go and check. The history has been removed from the school curriculum. Now, those who removed that, they weren't fools. When I made inquiries, they said, oh, there were not enough teachers. Absolute balderdash. I mean, it was an insulting kind of excuse. No, they just did not want history to be taught, especially contemporary history. They didn't want people to know and learn from our recent history. Things that led up to the Civil War, the conduct of the military during the Civil War. And they're just cutting their noses to spite their faces, because there were also positive aspects. There were certain lessons learned here and there, from that episode.
Honestly, me myself, I found out today that they are no longer teaching history in our schools. But why will a Nigerian don't want the upcoming Nigerians to know about their history? Is that not pure human wickedness? Why will you? They taught you your history. You grew up. You were opportune to hold a government seat. Now you are saying the same history won't be taught to other Nigerians, upcoming Nigerians. How can someone sit down to implement such thing? Man, people are actually really heartless. People just want to wake up in the morning and be like, you know what? I want to bring something up. I want to implement something that will ruin the life of so many people in years to come. How will I be a Nigerian without knowing the history about what led to this, and how did the name Nigeria came about? How did we came? I honestly thought that they were teaching us the England Queen Elizabeth history, and talking about the Great Britain and all the rest. So that's what I thought. All the political parties, all those things. In school, they taught us, honestly. In school, they taught us all those political parties, the Civil War, and all the rest. They taught me in school. In both the school, though it was private. I never knew our government of the day is trying to erase our history. Try. Well, let's go back to Burna Boy and Davido. Sorry, why do I keep mentioning Davido's name? Why now? It's just that whenever we talk about Burna Boy and Wizkid, Davido name, no, we just want to put Davido. So let's talk about Burna Boy and Wizkid. So we're going to read some few comments coming from Nigerians and what they think about this old Burna Boy beef. So Bucci said, I believe Burna Boy wishes he gets the same support and fan push Wizkid gets. That's the reason why he is obsessed with the FC fan base. Man is selling out tours and dropping a dope number, but is not getting the hype he wanted. The consistent call out doesn't make any sense. I'm telling you, it doesn't. Burna Boy is selling out shows. Burna Boy is big, doing numbers, selling out shows. Then why do you keep consistently call out Wizkid name despite you are that successful? I don't understand. Me, it's something that needs to be really looked into. He also said, I I have been on this app for too long to know that Wizkid fans doesn't even do half as worse as Burna Boy. The problem is they start it and FC take it to a total different level because they are too passionate. The problem here is focus and direction. Then Daniel Rega said, Wizkid has never disrespected Burna Boy's fan base, even when some of them insult him for no reason. But Burna Boy keep throwing shade at the entire Wizkid FC, whether you want to give a clap back, that's very silly. Especially since he came to be Wizkid's friend. He should grow up. Then a big crew said, for the record, Wizkid doesn't know or care about an individual from any fan base, but Burna Boy and Davido knows. Let's be completely honest about that. Even though you call out, you insult Wizkid from now to tomorrow, from any fan base, Wizkid will never come out to mention it. Because he knows you personally. All those fans, they are human beings on their own. Okay, just like Peter Obi now. Do you want Wizkid to come out to be telling fans, please stop insulting other people? Is Wizkid controlling the life of his fans? It's just fortunate that it gets a lot of love from his fans. So, I don't get it. I don't. Then Mali said, the fact says, Burna Boy no get a solid and supporting fan base like Wizkid has been giving him headache. Also, Burna Boy is accusing Wizkid fans for doctoring one particular tweet that suggested that Steph London was insulting his manhood, and also Upset was also throwing shade at Burna Boy. Burna Boy said, it is very possible that FC doctored this one too just now. But if this is true, I don't support this rubbish. You can't bat, but don't play with people's family or money. And most importantly, don't drag us backward by lying to the world about our true condition as Africa people. And while responding to that particular message, he said, nope, was all doctored and done by FC delusional Twitter. Come on, man. Burna Boy. This is direct accusation coming from Burna Boy. Direct one. And honestly, Wizkid won't say nothing. Even with all the success you are getting, yet you still feel like the conversation should be between Burna Boy versus Wizkid. Nobody want to have that conversation. Nobody want to have that conversation between who is Burna Boy versus Wizkid. Nobody want to have that conversation because you guys are friends. But Burna Boy want Davido name out of the way, and it should be about him and Wizkid. Burna Boy versus Wizkid. That's why he's always picking a fight with Wizkid. He thinks that he has dominated Davido. He has dominated Davido. He's selling shows more than Davido, doing this, going to many shows. So he thinks he has dominated Davido. You want to dominate Wizkid. Then Big Mo said, Burna needs to put low-key movement with Wix. That guy has hate, but hide it around media. So the guy, Burna Boy, has hate in his heart, but hide it around media. Kindly leave a comment below, guys, and tell me exactly how you feel about that. But what I'm saying now is that Wizkid should be very careful about being friends with Burna Boy. So, you know, there's this saying, despite this hand is not good, doesn't mean you should cut the hand off, because it might be useful to you later. So I think Burna Boy should he should keep his mouth shut. Just focus on have one direction. And Wizkid shouldn't respond to Burna Boy. Wizkid will never respond to Burna Boy. will never. I like that kind of guy. If you like, you shout from now to tomorrow. As long as I am continuing being successful and doing my business, your matter no dey bother me. So that's the kind of attitude that I think majority of us should have. As long as I'm okay, your matter no dey bother me. Just face your lane, day your day. Well, thank you guys for watching. Support again, Adam's Link.